Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for choosing to watch my video, and if you would subscribe it, like it, Facebook it, Twitter it, all that stuff, that'd be great. Otherwise, enjoy the video, and I hope it gives you the information you need and is helpful to you. 2006 Ford Fusion 2.3 liter, replacing the thermostat. It's a thermostat assembly. Right down there, 3 8mm bolts and a couple clamps. Did need to move the power steering pump. It's got 3 10mm bolts in it, 2 on the top. You can see I left one in because it doesn't come out. There's actually one on the bottom, so there's one here, here, one down here. I use my ratchet and this extension setup right here, about 6 inches there, and that's how I was able to get that. Also loosen these up to give me just a little bit of wiggle room. A couple 8mm bolts, plastic screw in here. Down below, I did get the belt off from below. I'll show that later in the video. Get that off so you get the power steering pump off. So we'll just work on getting the 2 clamps off right there. Get pliers of some kind. And I got a drain bucket down below, and we'll get those clamps off and drain the coolant, because that's what happens when you take the hoses off. This is a pretty tight fit. Maybe get this out of here.
Much better, more scientific testing. What I said.
R&R,
But,
because there's a cold code.
well, you feel the misfire.
Oh, we feel it.
I mean, on the snap acceleration, it misfired. So, this seems to work efficiently.
Yes. Just getting the hoses out of the way. Give me as clear access as possible to the 8mm bolts. You should just use a 1/4 inch ratchet or a 3/8 ratchet and a little extension, and get those off. There is, we can just wipe that down with a rag and then install our new one. We got a new one from Ford. Looks exactly the same. Just bolt your new one in. And alright, and then we're going to show you how to get the belt loose down below. So down underneath here is the tensioner and where the belt goes, of course. Pretty tight fit. So there's the tensioner. However, I'd recommend getting the belt out of the way of the coolant, because coolant on your belt can cause it to squeak. And sometimes no matter what you do to rinse it off, it always squeaks. So to prevent it from getting coolant, I moved it basically out of the way, basically taking it off. So I'm going to be taking the shield off the side so I can reroute the belt. Most likely it's got these dumb clips in here that are a real pain, so I take these clips out of the way. Took a couple clips off of here so I can kind of get up in here and hopefully get the belt back on. So I've got some 7mm bolts along here. I took these out because there's a couple clips in here need to get out. Just get a little screwdriver and wedge those little center pieces out, and then they're up in here too. It's a real pain in the butt. A clip down here, up there, so I'll get this whole thing out of here, and then you'll hopefully be able to have good access to the serpentine belt and tensioner. I'll get this out of here so you can see stuff. So I got a 15mm on there. Show ya. Just loosen the tension like that. Pull it off anywhere. Now I had a tough time putting it back on, and the best place I found is when it's pulled all the way down. I was able to get it around the crankshaft pulley. Actually, it was a tight fit, but I just had a difficult time getting it on anywhere else because it was actually giving me problems on the alternator, which you can not even see maybe above the tensioner assembly, but it seems to be on. You might have better luck if you have a friend maybe help you. Someone can do the tensioner and someone can get the belt on for you. But the belt's on. So that is how to access the belt. I found the best way. Just taking the stump cover off. These dumb clips I talked about right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips total to hold that little thing on there. You need to get access a couple of them through this little hole area here. So I hope this is everything you need to do your serpentine belt on your Ford Fusion. submarine belt, and also the thermostat assembly that we just did. We'll need to fill it up with coolant now and put this back together. So we have everything back together. We're just filling up the coolant right here. We got our water and our Ford Gold. So we'll add a 50-50 mix of each. Pour some in, let it settle down a little bit. Probably put about a gallon and a half in. Put about a half a gallon of gold in, put some water in. Half a gallon. Let it settle. We give it 10 minutes or something like that. And once it seems to be done, then we'll run it. And expect to get some heat. Put your inside controls on hot, and expect to get some warmth in about 5 minutes. If you don't, go ahead and shut it off and double check your fluid level. Might have an air pocket or something in it. So we'll finish topping this off and we'll get it running. Alright, so here's the bleeder. It looks like right here. This fits in here. So you can see some air percolating in there, water coolant percolating, so it probably is going down. Because it's actually started, I think it was on the camera, it actually started shot right up to hot. So you can see the coolant's going down, so we'll go ahead and add some coolant. Well, that's a 50-50 mix until we get a stream of coolant coming out of that hose right there. Then we'll put the plug back in. That's the way to do it. Seem to have a pretty good stream of coolant, so we're gonna pop this baby in. Tighten it down, clean it off, make sure it doesn't leak. And we'll rerun the car. Alright, round two. Getting some heat out of the vents now. It's good. Feel good about that. Find that bleeder screw. And so we're going to test drive it. Drive it 6 or 7 miles. Come back. Let it cool off for a few hours and double check the overflow bottle. Make sure it's within the range on the bottle. And you're all done.